Okay, so what we're being asked to do here is to prove the following. So we want to show that the left-hand side of the equal sign is equal to the right-hand side. So we're going to have to use some of our trig properties. So tangent, we can rewrite as sine over cosine. And cotangent can be rewritten as cosine over sine. So if we look, we can now cross things out. We have a cosine common on top and bottom, and we have a sine in common on top and bottom. So when we do that, and those things cancel, they all end up being 1s. So we end up with 1 equals 1, which proves that that is a true statement. Okay, number 2, we're just trying to show that tangent times cosine equals sine. So just like number 1, we want to rewrite tangent. We want to rewrite everything to have in terms of sine or cosine. So tangent we can rewrite as sine theta over cosine theta. And cosine is already a cosine, so we're just going to rewrite that as cosine over 1. Now, we look at what we can cancel. We have a cosine in common on top and bottom. So they're going to cancel each other out to become 1s. And then we multiply all this out. We get sine theta equals sine theta, which is a true statement. Okay, for number 3, we are looking at the cotangent times sine. And we're trying to prove that that is equal to cosine. So just like the last ones, we want to convert everything to terms of sine and cosine. So cotangent can be written as cosine over sine. And sine can be written, that's already in terms of sine, so we're going to leave that as sine over 1. And we're trying to show that that's equal to cosine. So if we look here, we have a sine on top, sine on bottom. So they're going to cancel each other out to become 1s. So over here, if we multiply all that out, we get cosine theta. And over here, we have cosine theta as well, which is a true statement. Okay, now number 4 is a little bit different than the other ones. We have this multiplication here, so we need to take care of the multiplication first. So on this one, we're actually going to have to FOIL everything out. So we have 1 times 1, which is 1. We have cosine times 1, which is positive cosine. We have 1 times negative cosine, which is negative cosine. And then we have cosine times negative cosine, which is negative cosine squared. And that all equals sine squared. So if we look here, we do have a positive cosine and a negative cosine, so those cancel each other out. So on the left-hand side, we're left with 1 minus cosine squared equals sine squared. Now if we look at the notes from this particular section, you'll notice that we have 1 minus cosine squared, which can be rewritten as sine squared, which is exactly what the other side is, so that's a true statement. Okay, number 5, it's going to be very similar to the way that number 4 was worked. So we want to FOIL everything out. So I multiply the first terms. So cosecant times cosecant is cosecant squared. Go ahead and take care of these two. So cosecant times cotangent is cotangent, cosecant. And we just write them next to each other when we multiply. So then we'll get the insides here. So that's cotangent times cosecant, so it's negative cotangent, cosecant. And then If we look at the last term, negative cotangent times cotangent is negative cotangent squared. And that all equals 1. Now, just like the last one, we have a positive cotangent cosecant and a negative cotangent cosecant. So those cancel each other out. So we're left with cosecant squared theta minus cotangent squared theta. Now, we can really change either one of these. We can change the cosecant or the cotangent. I suggest changing the cosecant because we don't have that negative in front. So we don't have to worry about distributing any negatives or anything. So this we can rewrite as 1 plus cotangent squared, and then we bring down the rest. So if you notice, we have a negative cotangent and a positive cotangent. So they cancel each other out, and we get 1 equals 1, which is a true statement.